the Republican nominee, it might be a miscalculation for Democrats to assume that black voters are a lock for their nominee, even with the first black president and Barack Obama both campaigning for her. So the question is, Gregory, do you believe that Tavis Smiley is right or wrong?
I think that he is more right than people think. It's about alienation versus aspiration. It would be a really interesting survey if you went to a young black man or a black female and said, what would you rather be? A BLM activist or someone like Donald Trump? Someone who is successful in business. I am willing to bet that most black and white men and women would prefer the latter to be successful. The challenge, the belief is that they don't have the same opportunities. I think the Republicans could do better in outreach. However, it's hard for the Republican Party to do outreach when you're fearful of being humiliated or marginalized or mocked for doing it. And I think that's why you see a lot of Republicans who shy away from going out and doing that kind of thing.
Really? They're afraid of being mocked.
I think it's happened. I seem to remember Mitt Romney doing – was it Mitt Romney doing something in Philly, or maybe it was Rand Paul and just the –
Rand Paul gets a pretty good reception.
Yeah, he gets a good reception.
I think it was Romney.
All right, so
Romney did. No, he spoke. And Rand Paul did as well.
No, Rand Paul really went. I think he went to Howard University and the like, and pretty much delivered what Greg said about, don't you want to be successful, opportunity in life. So I was going to come to Dana about the politics of this because I was having an argument earlier with someone we know well who said to me, if Donald Trump can just get like 20%, maybe 15% of the black vote, more so than Romney got, then that's all it takes.
Okay, but that's a lot of ground to make up. That's not easy necessarily to do. However, I think Tavis Smiley is worth listening to because he's tapped into this question of this election, which is what is going to be different. Okay, if you want an outside in the exit polls, Republicans said by like 90% they want an outsider in the election. Okay, the Democrats will say they want somebody with experience. But could Donald Trump actually convince them that their lives might actually change and you could see a trajectory for something better? Mm-hmm. He might be able to, but to make up that much ground, I think it's going to be very difficult.
I think it's going to be terrifically difficult, but you stop and think about it. One of the big differences in this election is, for the Democrats, you don't have Barack Obama running.
Right.
So you don't have a black candidate at the top.
That's good. That's good for the Republicans.
That's what I'm asking you. Do you think that's
so?
The
Here's all you need to do. Here's what I think you would do. If Barack Obama was such a great president for the African American community over the last 8 years, then why is poverty in the African American community gone up under President Obama? Why is unemployment gone up?
Yeah, but wait, hold on. I've heard this.
So why is the only group, not whites, not Hispanics, not Asians, the only group to have a lower median household income under Obama are African Americans. If you combine those three stats with the crime bill from her husband and the work for welfare with her husband, you have a very good case that Hillary Clinton is not best suited to help the African American community.
I'm follow up on what Eric's saying.
Y'all better pay attention.
Bottom line is he's understanding that there is opportunity there. You have to at least try. You can't just say, oh, well, that box is checked. You have to be able to get out there and try and secure that vote because Tavis Smiley is hitting on something very important. There is a growing but still struggling African American middle class in this country, and they want jobs and they want lower taxes, and they're looking at him as somebody perhaps that can make it better for their family and their individual.
So the anti-immigrant rhetoric, the anti-Muslim rhetoric, you think that's not going to hurt?
Well, I would have to ask and poll those individuals. I'm talking about more of an economic
I know you got to go.
I got to go.
On the entrance poll last night, several people said, if Sanders is my first choice, who is your second choice? Mm-hmm. Donald Trump. So I think that happened. That's actually
happening all the time.
I don't know if it's enough to sustain.
All right,
y'all better pay attention, man.
Donald Trump's night last night.
That man is not a racist. Let's get this money. Everybody screaming about money. He want to help you get it. What they do? Carson for the vice presidential. Let's tighten up, man. This Reese Bobby Smoker, man, officially endorsing Donald Trump. I'm independent. They got to fight for my vote, so I ain't voting February 15th. But in November, that.